grade level centers. And again, the Board of Education, the administration, we continually monitor, discuss, and try to predict issues and challenges that are facing District 20. Quick snapshot of our current landscape. First, as a Board of Education, as a district, we have a strong desire to improve the educational opportunities for all of our students. We are living in a period of limited resources. That's no surprise to anybody. We do exist right now in a challenging school funding environment. Again, that's not a surprise to anybody. You know, whether or not the state is going to pay its bills on time or at all, you know, the housing crisis that hit in 2008, what that's done to the local property tax base, so on and so forth. All school districts across the state, across the country, are dealing with those types of issues, as are we. So these factors really do require that the district look for ways to do more to meet the needs of our students and to do it more efficiently. So what are some other issues that we're facing? First of all, in 2009, the state of Illinois adopted the Common Core Learning Standards, which those learning standards have significantly raised the learning expectations of all students, K through 12. This is especially true in the subjects of math and English language arts at the kindergarten level. Our half-day model of kindergarten we feel very strongly, will most likely not provide the well-rounded, student-centered kindergarten program that we want to have and still be able to meet the expectations of the Common Core. So what do we mean by that? There's so much additional information and skill sets that the little guys and girls in kindergarten are going to need to master by the end of their kindergarten experience, that while we can certainly address those things in a 2.5-hour span, we're very concerned about losing the other good parts of kindergarten. The ability to do the kind of play-directed learning, the centers, the discovery learning, calendar, community, things of that nature. And so what we really are looking for within a full-day program is to be able to have that well-rounded kindergarten experience and still meet those much more rigorous standards that the Common Core call for. From a broad perspective, a K-8 perspective, implementing the Common Core is a game changer in terms of how we teach and how students learn. And so we need our staff to have the ability to be collaborating at a much higher level than what they've had to do in the past. We really need to be able to see that it's not just that the kids are learning different things, it's the depth at which they need to learn, it's the amount of information that they need to be able to process, to analyze, to bring together in a lot of different ways. And our professional teaching staff need to be able to collaborate their resources, their expertise, really be able to balance and differentiate their instruction so that we can support all of our kids as they're doing that kind of learning. So the Board of Education has identified some methods to try and address some of these issues. In May of 2013, the board directed me and my administrators to investigate the advisability and possibility of, number one, introducing a full-day kindergarten program beginning with the 2014-15 school year. And as a part of that, to investigate reorganizing the elementary schools into grade centers. So here's the timeline of the investigation of the study. First, over the summer and up through now, researching the educational benefits of both a full-day kindergarten and the potential educational benefits that we might see in a grade level center model. Sustainability. You know, if we were to introduce a full-day kindergarten program from either perspective, from either a K-5 model or a grade level center model, can the district sustain that over the long term? What is the impact on facilities? What is the impact on transportation? And certainly there would be an impact on transportation, if particularly in the grade level center model. You're going to have students on buses going across town and for different periods of time than maybe what they experience now. And just overall, just trying to get a good picture of both models and if there's benefit to either one or neither. As of the first day of school, August 21st, a parent online survey went live. As of this afternoon, there were approximately 158, I believe, responses to that parent survey. That will stay up through the course of the investigation, and when we issue reports to the Board of Education, it'll have that current information, but we'll continue to gain that information and will be updated as additional reports are given to the board. Obviously, right now, this week, we are doing our parent community focus groups. There will be a faculty and staff focus group tomorrow afternoon after school dismisses. The initial investigation report will be presented to the Board of Education at their regular board meeting on September 26th. The very next day, if not sooner, once the board has that report, that full report will be posted online on the District 20 website. That report will also have the ability for public comment. So either through the Google site that we've set up to host all of these documents, or through a special email address that we had set up at the district, which is fulldayk@esd20.org, individuals will be able to post a public comment related to the full report that's posted online. On October 3rd, we will have a town hall meeting at Springwood Middle School in the carpeted gym. That town hall meeting will be designed as a Q&A dialogue so that we can answer questions, engage in conversation, and for that evening. October 24th, we'll be presenting the final report to the board that will include any new information that we gather from additional survey responses, from the town hall meetings, from public comment that may be made at board meetings, so on and so forth. And on November 14th, the Board of Education will have an opportunity to make a decision. Now, that decision could be one of any number of things: to do nothing, to adopt a full-day kindergarten without going to a grade level center model, to adopt a full-day kindergarten with a grade level center model, to, it is up to the Board of Education how they proceed. So a couple of important points to remember. The Board of Education has not made a decision on creating a full-day program, kindergarten program, or on moving the district to a grade level center. As I said last night, so some of you have heard this already, but I'm going to say it again to be consistent. I personally have heard several people say that this decision has already been made. I'm categorically telling you that that is not the case. It has not been made. This Board of Education is very deliberative. They will be taking all of this information in, and the 7 of them will be making the decision that you elected them to make, which is to try and make sure we're providing the best education for our students that we can. Also, that under state law, parents have to have the option of enrolling their student in a half-day kindergarten program. So there will still be that option. So there have been some that have voiced concerns, my students, my child's not ready for this, I don't want them to be in a full-day program. You will still have the opportunity, even with a full-day program at the district level, to be in a half-day program. So again, as I talked about yesterday, in the spring of 2013, the Board of Education, under recommendation of the Culture and Climate Task Force, the District Culture and Climate Task Force, adopted a new Board Policy 1.40, which is the full title of which was Group Norms Supportive of a Professional Learning Community. And so what this did is that it established a baseline set of group norms for really any activity within the district: committee work, our grade level team meetings, building meetings, board meetings, and really anything having to do with district business. And so I bring these forward just as a set of baseline norms to really try and focus on as we're having our interactions this evening. The first one being to work collaboratively as a team. Secondly, as I think we would always expect of ourselves, of each other, of our children, is to be acting respectfully. Third, to be listening actively. We do want all voices to be heard. Fourth, to try and commit to a common goal. So, for example, this evening, I think one of our common goals is, again, to try and gather information, to gather perceptions, to hear what people are thinking. And then finally, fifth, to keep an open mind. So I bring these to you just from the standpoint of your Board of Education has adopted this as one of their board policies. And so as we are doing the work of the district tonight, I want to keep those foremost in mind. I'd like to take a moment now to introduce our lead facilitators for the evening, Dr. Ann Reebok and Dr. Kathy Burning, who are working with us through the DuPage County Regional Office of Education. They are going to take over at this point in time. I am going to step out along with the board members, and we're doing that for the simple reason that we want to make sure that you have the opportunity to have your conversations, to gather your information, facilitators and the volunteer facilitators that are here to help them with that, without any kind of perceived influence on the part of an administrator or on the part of board members. As they will go through, both Kathy and Ann are going to be compiling everything that is being said, all the different charts and paper and responses that you will give into a very comprehensive report that will be given to the Board of Education and to anybody who is looking at the report. This is going to be an appendix of the overall report. So all of this will be accessible to the board. So with that, I will turn it over to Ann and Kathy. And again, thank you very much for attending this evening. Sure.
Computers with one home, we can't take, like my husband and I can't take the survey because
Really?
one person,
Okay.
yes.
Let me get into SurveyMonkey and see if there's something that I can do to turn that off with the IP address.
Okay.
Okay. It might be a limitation of that site, but I will get in there and see if there's something that I can do, and we'll call them to see if that's so. If you have that problem though, or if I can't do that, contact your building principal or just stop by. We'd be more than willing to let you use one of our devices to get that done. No problem. In fact, I think at curriculum nights and such, the guys had machines up for people to use. I think they did. I'm just not, whether it was advertised. All right. So in any case, anytime you stop by, they'd be more than happy to set that up for you. But I will try and make sure the neck is taken care of. Thanks for letting me know that.